Hey yogis, welcome to class. My name is Flo. Thank you so much for joining me for this beginner practice today. I'm honored to guide you through this 30-minute vinyasa flow, very beginner focused, and we will focus more on stretching out the hips, outer hips as well as inner thighs, and combine all of that into a full body practice. All you need is your mat. If you have any blocks or books available, grab those too. Also grab a belt or a strap if you have that at home. You can just use a belt that you usually use for your regular pants. That works perfectly fine. Otherwise, a yoga strap or anything else in that shape is perfect. Let's begin in a seated position with crossed legs. Doesn't matter which leg is forward or which leg is back. We will do both sides. And we'll start nice and easy with this cross-legged seat. You walk the hands forward and you fold forward. So for you might be on the hands, staying somewhere like this, and that's perfectly fine. Just walk the hands as far forward as possible so that you can comfortably stay here in this cross-legged forward fold. Round your back a little more. If you want, tuck the chin to the chest, especially if it's early in the morning. This might feel good to lengthen the entire back side of your upper body all the way up to the neck and to the head. This is one of the few poses that I used to do every single day when I just started doing some kind of stretches every day because I had sciatica and lower back problems. This is one of the ones that really helped me to get rid of that pain. If you are in that situation with sciatica or lower back pain, then check out that video that I did specifically for you. It might help you. Breathe in and out through the nose. Let's walk the hands back, release. Let's switch sides, try to not use your hands. As you bring the other leg forward, the other leg back, and you fold forward again. Walk the hands forward to whatever degree is accessible and possible for you. And relax, round your back. Let's take 3 more breaths. Start to find that rhythm of your breath that you think you can maintain throughout this practice. It's really the most important thing to be in any kind of pose or shape and focus on the breath. In and out through the nose. Very good. Slowly release. I will rotate on my mat, but maybe you are already in position. Let's come into a tabletop, come into all fours. Stay on the toes, keep the arms straight. Start to send the hips back. Move the shoulders forward as far as possible. Keep the arms straight so that you feel the wrists. We're just warming up the wrists for a couple of repetitions here. And then rock forward and back. Very good. Keep the arms straight. Now make circles around the wrists. Doesn't matter which direction you're doing, we will do both. Let's do 2 more full circles. So important to warm up the wrists first thing before you start to put any weight on the hands. Switch directions. Keep the arms straight. Breathe into the wrists. Feel the wrists. Very good. Sit on the heels. Try to stay on the toes. You're stretching out the feet and the toes more. Shake out the hands. If that's uncomfortable for the toes and the feet, again, might be a sign that you should be doing it more. Most of the shoes we wear nowadays are pretty tight for the toes and for the feet. They don't really allow much movement unless you're wearing barefoot shoes. And so that's a really nice one to stretch out the toes and the feet and get some of that mobility, range of motion, and strength back into the feet. Let's take 2 more breaths. I don't want to torture you too much by staying on the toes. Very good. Bring the hands down, tabletop. Stay on your toes. Push the ground away. So you're really pushing into the palms. The upper body lifts up. Stay on the toes. Lift your knees up off the ground. Just half an inch or so. Keep pressing into the palms. Push the ground away. Keep breathing. We're here for 5, 4. You're doing great. 3, 2, and 1. Send the hips up and back. Keep the knees bent for your first downward facing dog. Readjust here so that the hands are as wide apart as the shoulders. Press into the palms. Use your fingertips to grip into the ground. Push the ground away. Move the chest towards the thighs. Send the hips up and back. Keep your breath going nice and slow through the nose. Keep the knees bent because we want to focus on opening the shoulders. But if you feel like you could straighten your legs more, at the same time, keep the shoulders nice and open and that nice long line from the wrists all the way up to the hips, then go ahead and straighten your legs more. But since it's a beginner-focused video, most of you watching want to keep the knees bent. Your body will open up over time, and it's not about the heels to the ground, the legs straight. No one cares about any of that. Focus on the breath, in through the nose, out through the nose. Very good. Keep pushing the ground away, especially if that gets challenging for the shoulders. Keep pushing. Stay with the breath. We are pushing through something challenging, just like in real life, right? That's what we're learning here on the mat. Things might sometimes get challenging, but guess what? If you leave the mat in real life, things also get challenging, especially these days. And you learn on the mat that by pushing through it, staying with the breath, staying present, you can make it through it. It will all be good in the end. Let's lift the heels, bend the knees, walk the feet forward between the hands. Take a deep breath in, lift up halfway, hands to the shins, long spine. Exhale, forward fold and down. Very good. Keep the legs straight. Inhale, lift up halfway. Let's do 2 more. Lengthen out through the spine. Exhale, fold. Very good. 1 more. Inhale, lift up halfway. Hands to the shins. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees, roll up through the spine to standing. Nice and slow. Engage your glutes. The arms reach up. Exhale, forward fold and down. Very good. Take a deep breath in, lift up halfway. Exhale, step the left foot back. Low lunge. Set your left knee down. Reach both arms up. Send the hips forward and down. Engage your left glute. Draw the right heel back. Push the left knee forward. Draw the navel in towards the spine. Reach through the arms upwards. Let's do 3 more breaths here. Make sure you can see that right big toe inside the right knee so that the right thigh is tracking the same direction as the right foot. Release the hands down, half splits, straighten the right leg, heel toe the right foot forward if you want to, so that the left hip is over the left knee. Use those blocks if the ground is too far away, or stay on the fingertips, flex the right foot, take a deep breath in, lengthen out through the spine. Exhale, fold forward and down. You're moving with the breath. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, fold forward and down. Very good. Let's do 2 more. Very good. Rebend the right knee. Heel toe the right foot forward. Runner's lunge. Place both hands around the right foot. Press into your palms. Bring the right leg up and back for a 3-legged dog. Press into your palms just like in downward facing dog. Use your right fingertips. You're reaching up and back through the right heel. Both legs, especially the right leg, is as straight as possible. The left leg could be bent. Straighten out through the right leg. Very good. Now bend the right knee, point the right foot, and open stack your hips. We're trying to stack the right hip over the left. At the same time, lower the right shoulder more down, so keep both shoulders leveled. Press into your palms, feel the fingertips. Focus on the breath. Nice and slow in and out through the nose. Very good. Now come high onto your left toes, take a deep breath in. On your exhale, shift forward, shoulders over the wrists. Bring the right knee to your right elbow. Hold it there, push the ground away. Don't just hang out here, push, push, push. Keep breathing. You're doing great. Flex the right foot, step the foot outside the right hand for lizard lunge. Very good. Keep both hands inside the right foot. And then just start to move the hips around, forward and back. Maybe in a circle. And switch directions of that circle. Now some of you might feel very open here. You can start to bend your arms or come onto the forearms. I'll just stay with you here on the hands. Move around. Feel the breath. Feel the different parts of the pose, of the stretch. And stop that movement. Just hang out here a little bit more. Static. The body is still moving because you're still breathing. Very good. Now let's all come onto the hands again. Release that left knee down to the ground. Now that's the time where you want to reach and grab that strap or that belt. Start to bend the left knee. Put that belt into your right hand. So you have kind of like a loop. And then you can hook that belt around the left foot. Especially if you cannot reach the foot with your right hand. Otherwise, if you can reach and grab the foot with your right hand, then no need to use a belt. If you grab the foot, then you grab the pinky toe side, so you externally rotate the right arm. Engage your left glute. Send the hips forward and down. Keep pressing into your left palm, so you're still pushing the ground away to keep the left shoulder safe. Now you have that foot either with the belt or with your hand. You extend the left foot away from you, so you feel a pull on the right shoulder. You also feel the left thigh and the left quad contract because it's working to do the extension in the leg. Stay there and breathe. Now relax the left quad. Now you're stretching the left thigh by pulling the foot towards the hip. Be careful here, it's easy to go too deep, too fast, so take your time. If the instep, the inside of your right foot wants to lift up because the right knee is going more to the right side, that's perfectly fine, let that happen. Very good. Let's take three more breaths here. Nice and slow through the nose. Take your time to release. Both hands down to the ground, inside the right foot. The left toes come back to the ground. Lift your left knee up, back to lizard lunge. Step the right foot back. Plank pose. Push the ground away. Tuck your tailbone, engage the core. Now set the knees down, of course, if you have to, but do your best to keep pushing into the palms, keep the knees lifted. Yes, we're working a little bit here. We're just holding our own body weight on the hands and on the feet, although it's a beginner class. You might be working a little bit. But it's still very accessible for everyone. If you have 2 arms and 2 legs, of course. Let's shift forward, come high onto the toes. Then set the knees down. Start to bend the arms. We're coming all the way down to the ground. Keep the elbows in. All the way down. Very good. Untuck the toes. Bring the feet wider apart, slide the hands forward, cobra pose, press into your palms, lift the chest up, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and lower back down. Let's do 2 more. Lift up, press into your palms, shoulders down and away from the ears, lower back down. Last one, lift up, engage your glutes, flex your butt cheeks, press into your palms, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, release. Very good. Check out the hips, left and right. Press into your palms, child's pose. Send the hips to the heels. Shift forward, move through tabletop. Come onto the toes to downward facing dog. Very good. If your heart is already beating a lot and you have difficulty breathing, set the knees back down, pause the video, come back to a child's pose, take a break. You are always in control of how much you want to do. Let's lift the heels up, come high onto the toes, walk the feet forward between the hands. Let's do the other side. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees, roll up to standing. The arms reach up. Exhale, forward fold and down. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, step the right foot back for low lunge. Set the right knee down. Reach both arms up. Send your hips forward and down. Pull the left heel back. Push the right knee forward. Engage your right glute. Draw the navel in. Keep the core, the belly active. Reach through the arms upwards. Very good. Breathe. Most important, you're still breathing. Take 2 more nice and slow breaths in and out through the nose. Sometimes we get so caught up with all of that stuff in the body that we forget focusing on the breath. So come back to it. Release the hands down, half splits. Straighten your left leg. Very good. Hands down, flex the left foot. Take a deep breath in, lengthen out through the spine. Exhale, fold forward and down with the chest and the head over the left shin. Stay for several more breaths. Focus on the sensation in the body that you create by coming into this shape, which is most likely in the back side of your left leg, your left hamstring. If you feel it there, it's great. Add the breath to it. It wouldn't be yoga without the breath. It's just some kind of stretching pose. Use that breath to arrive more in this present moment. Arrive in what really is currently going on and not the story that your mind is trying to tell you in the future or the past. Rebend the left knee. Wonderful job. Runner's lunge. Both hands are framing the left foot. Press into your palms first. Push the ground away. 3-legged dog. The left leg lifts up and back. Reach up and back through the left heel. The left foot is flexed as if you're standing on a wall behind you. Press into your palms to push the ground away. Use those fingertips to grip into the mat to take control over your wrists again. Maybe the right leg, the standing leg, is a little bit bent. It's perfectly fine. Bend your left leg, point the left toes, open stack the hips. Usually when you do this one, the left shoulder wants to lift up, but you are actively moving the left shoulder down to keep both shoulders leveled. Hold it here, 2 more breaths. Come high onto your right toes. On the exhale, left knee to the left elbow. Hold it there, push the ground away. Step the foot outside the left hand, lizard lunge. Take a moment to arrive, set everything up. Move the hips forward and back. Keep the breath going. Make some circles with the hips if you want. Come onto the forearms, of course. I'm going to stay here on the hands today. Just see how that feels when you move around. There's no reason to hold still in any of these poses unless it's your intention for the practice and your focus of the practice to move as little as possible. But I always like to move around if it's a normal practice without that special intention. Very good. Come back onto the hands. If you came onto the forearms, let's bring that right knee down to the ground. Keep pressing with your right palm into the mat so that you keep the shoulder nice and strong and active, and you're not just like dumping all the weight into the shoulder. This is no good over time. Use that belt again. Reach for that belt or that strap. I don't have one today, but I encourage you to grab one. Bend your right leg. Use your left hand to reach for that foot. Now, if the foot is too far away, you can't reach it, take that belt. It's perfectly fine to take that belt, use it, use the props and the tools that you have. If you can grab it, then you want to grab the pinky toe side. So now that you have the foot with the belt or without, extend the leg away from you so you feel a pull on the right shoulder. Left shoulder. You're activating the right quad, the right thigh. Very good. Engage your right butt cheek. Send the hips forward and down. If the left knee opens up to the left, let the inside of the left foot lift up. It's all good. Now relax the right quad. Pull that right foot towards your hips. Send the hips more forward and down. Engage your right glute more. There's a lot going on in this pose. So take it easy, nice and slow. No need to force or push anything. You're doing a stretch for the right thigh. You're also kind of working the right shoulder. You are doing a back bend, a twist. There's a lot going on. Let's take 2 more breaths. You're doing great. And release. Very good. Both hands inside the left foot, back to lizard lunge. Lift the right knee up, plank pose. Step the left foot back. Knees up or down in that plank, you decide. Let's hold for 3 more breaths. So if this is challenging, set the knees down. If that's still challenging, keep pushing, power through it. Keep breathing. Very good. Now let's all shift forward, come high into the toes. Set the knees down. Or not, you decide. Bend your arms low all the way down to the ground. Keep the elbows in. Beautiful job, all the way onto the belly. I'll scoot back a little bit, but you can stay where you are. Extend the arms out to the sides. Untuck the toes. Bring the feet wider apart. The thumbs are pointing down. Lift your hands up off the ground. Now engage your glutes. Lift your chest up off the mat as well. Lower back down. Let's do 4 more. Lift up. Inhale. Exhale. Lower. Inhale. Lift. Lower. Last 2. Lift. Lower. Last lift. Hold it here. Squeeze the butt cheeks. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Press the feet, the hips into the ground. Lift your hands higher up. Hold for 5. Keep breathing. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release everything down. Shake out the hips left and right. Beautiful job. You're doing great. Come back to the breath. Come back to the breath. If you're breathing fast right now, if the heart is beating, breathe nice and slow. In through the nose, out through the nose. It's all good. If you want to take a break, pause the video. Stay here. If you would like to continue, let's push back to child's pose. And then to downward facing dog. Very good. Push the ground away. Lift your heels. Walk the feet forward between the hands. Lift up halfway. Lengthen hands to the shins. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees. Roll up to standing. Deep breath in. The arms reach. Chair pose. Exhale. Bend the knees. Reach your arms up. Pull the belly in, draw the navel to the spine, reach out through the arms. The legs are already working, I'm sure you feel it. So reach your hands up, higher up. Pull the belly in, bend your knees more. We're just squatting a little bit here, sitting down into this comfortable chair. It's comfy, right? I knew it. Very good. Last deep breath in. On your exhale, bend your knees, squat all the way down. Maybe the heels lift up. Very good. Set the hips down. Beautiful. Bring the feet down to the ground, wider apart than the hips. Now the hands go behind you. The fingertips are pointing towards your hips. We're setting up for reverse tabletop. Press into the palms. Press into the feet. Lift your hips up. And so for you, this might be like this. This is as high as you can lift. That's perfectly fine. We're all just doing our best. There's no competition. It doesn't matter how it looks, what I'm doing, what you're doing. Stop comparing yourself to other people. It really doesn't make any sense. It doesn't help you to grow in your life. So do your best. As long as you know for yourself you're doing your best, that's great. That's really incredible. Lift your hips higher up. Squeeze the butt cheeks. and hold it wherever it's comfortable for you. Now, some people want to tilt the head back, and some, like me, like to keep it upright, like I'm doing it right now. But if you want to tilt the head back and let it hang backwards and it's okay for your neck, then go ahead and do that. Do what feels good. Now you start to feel the shoulders most likely. It's all good. Keep pressing into the palms, into the heels. Shift the shoulders, shift the hips forward. Keep the hands as they are. Set the hips down. Very good. So now we're all here, hips on the ground. Keep the hands there. Take a deep breath in, lift the chest up. Exhale, bend your arms, send the elbows back. Very nice. So we're targeting the front side of your shoulders. I hope you can feel it, but not too much. Be careful with this one. You don't want to push anything here and go too deep. It can get very deep very fast, and you want to avoid going there. Just a sensation in the shoulders, that's all you want to feel. Then you breathe in and out through the nose. Nice and slow. Slow it down. You're doing great. Let the heart rate, the heartbeat come down. Slow it down. Relax. Very good. Let's release. Reach both arms forward. Slowly come onto your back. Let's take happy baby here. So you bend the knees, lift the feet up off the ground. Two options here. You can grab behind the knees and then pull those knees into the armpits. Or if you feel like it, you can grab the outside edges of the feet and do the same. Bring the knees closer to the armpits. Close your eyes. Feel the air coming in. Focus on that breath. Let's take 3 more breaths. Very good. Release the feet back down to the ground. Keep the legs bent for half Savasana. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Now you see that triangle you create here with the right leg. You use your right hand to reach through, grab behind the left leg or grab the left shin. Once you have that grip, pull those legs towards you. Release the head down. Look to your right foot, make sure it's flexed. That means the right toes are pointing towards the right knee. I like to flex both feet just to create a good habit to always flex the feet in any kind of hip openers. Very good. 3 more breaths. Breathe into the outer right hip. That's the part we're targeting in this pose. And release both feet down. Very good. Feel the difference in your body, right side, left side. And then let's finish up with the left side. Cross the left ankle over the right thigh. See that triangle again. Reach that left arm through. Grab behind the leg, the right leg, or the right shin. Flex both feet. Pull those legs towards your chest. Relax your head down to the ground. 5 breaths, your total. Make sure there's no sensation in the knee, especially the left knee on this side. Otherwise, back off a little bit. No pain, no gain doesn't help in yoga. It will only cause you more pain. And a lot of us come to this practice to heal, but then they apply this gym mentality of pushing hard and forcing it and, no pain, no gain. And this might be helpful a little bit to push through challenging stuff when you work on strength, but with flexibility like this, really no good. Gentle is better when it comes to flexibility. Especially if you feel any pain and you want to back off. Very good. Both feet down to the ground. Bring the heels close to your hips, press into the heels, lift your hips up, bridge pose, just to finish up with something symmetrical. Keep a gap between the chin and the chest to keep the neck safe. Press into those heels, engage your glutes. Feel the activation there. Keep the breath going nice and slow. Let's hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release the hips down. Very good. Bring the knees together. Keep the feet as they are. Relax here. Close your eyes. Start to relax your body more. No need to hold on to any tension. So let's bring the soles of the feet together. Open the knees up wide, out to the sides for Supta Baddha Konasana. If that's uncomfortable or too much for the inner thighs, the groin, in terms of a stretching sensation, then extend the legs forward. Come into a regular Savasana, the legs straight, the feet wide apart. Otherwise, stay here with me. Palms facing upwards. Close your eyes if they are not already. Feel the sensation in your body. Try to relax into it. Let go. Relax. It's all good. Shift your awareness to the sensation of the breath, the air coming in and out through the nose. And this whole thing on the back is basically a meditation on your back. So I invite you to continue focusing on the breath. Observe the breath, how the air is coming in and out through the nose. Feel free to stay here for the next 2-3 minutes, maybe even 5 minutes, maybe 10. Make this a longer meditation on the back. Be proud of yourself for doing this class, doing this video with me today. Keep up the good work. Relax. Namaste.